reveals the ancient secrets of how your mind can bend the universe in your favor. As you listen, you'll uncover the truth. Everything starts in your mind, and the power to shape your reality has always been within you. Now is the time to seize that power. Your mind shapes the universe. Introduction. Imagine that life is a grand and intricate game, a game so vast and complex that its true nature often eludes even the most astute observers. Yet, whether you have realized it or not, you have been a player in this cosmic dance since the moment of your birth. The moves you make, the thoughts you think, and the energy you emanate all contribute to the unfolding of your destiny within this divine play. But what if I were to tell you that the rules of this game are not fixed? What if the very fabric of reality could bend to your will, once you understand the ancient principles that govern it? Within these pages lie the accumulated wisdom of sages, mystics, and enlightened beings who have mastered the art of shaping their own reality. The secrets contained herein have been carefully guarded and passed down through generations, preserved for those who are ready to receive them. And now the time has come for you to join the ranks of those who have glimpsed behind the veil of ordinary existence. Are you ready to unravel the mysteries of the universe? To learn the art of bending reality to your will? To step into your power as both player and creator in the grand game of life? Then let us begin, for the wisdom of the ages awaits and your destiny calls. Part 1. Awakening and Foundations. Chapter 1. The Secret Game of Life Begins. In a remote valley, hidden from the eyes of the world, there stood an ancient temple. Its weathered stones whispered secrets of bygone eras, and its very presence seemed to bend the fabric of reality. It was here that a young traveler, weary from their journey, sought refuge. As the traveler approached the temple's entrance, an old sage appeared, his eyes twinkling with the light of hidden knowledge. "Welcome, seeker," the sage said, his voice as soft as the mountain breeze. "You have found your way to the temple of life's game." The traveler, puzzled, asked, "Life's game? I don't understand." The sage smiled knowingly. "Life, dear one, is a sacred game governed by invisible rules. Many wander through existence unaware of this truth, stumbling in the dark, wondering why their efforts often lead to confusion and struggle." As the traveler absorbed these words, a look of wonder and realization dawned upon their face. "You mean I've been playing a game without knowing the rules?" "Indeed." The sage nodded. "And now that you are aware, your journey to mastery can truly begin. Like this traveler, you too have been an unwitting player in life's grand game. Every choice, every action, every thought has been a move on an invisible board, influencing the course of your existence in ways you may not have fully grasped until this moment. You now see life's hidden rules. This awareness unlocks new possibilities. Where chaos reigned, you'll spot patterns and grasp the subtle interplay of cause and effect, shaping your reality. Now you see why you felt lost before. Your confusion stemmed from playing life's game blindly. As you begin this journey, you'll learn to spot the hidden connections and grasp your vital role in the cosmic dance. Let me share with you another tale. One of a humble shepherd who lived in the rolling hills of a distant land. This shepherd tended his flock day after day, content in his simple life. One morning he noticed a wolf lurking at the edge of his pasture. Instinctively he reached for his staff, ready to chase the predator away. But as he took a step forward, he paused, remembering the words of a wise elder. "Before you act, observe and understand." Instead of rushing in, the shepherd watched. He saw how the wolf moved, how it eyed the flock, and how it reacted to the sounds around it. Over time, the shepherd learned the wolf's patterns and behaviors. With this knowledge, he was able to protect his flock more effectively, not through brute force, but through wisdom and strategy. Like the shepherd, you too must learn to observe the patterns in your life, to understand the subtle rules that govern your experiences. Only then can you move from being a reactive player to a conscious creator in the game of life. As you reflect on these stories and teachings, consider where you stand in your own journey. Are you like the traveler, just awakening to the existence of the game? Or perhaps you resonate with the shepherd, beginning to observe and understand the patterns around you. To help you integrate this wisdom, I invite you to engage in a simple yet powerful practice. Take a quiet moment to reflect. Write down where you feel you are in life's game. Are you lost, struggling to understand your experiences? Just beginning to see the rules governing your reality? Or somewhere in between? Be honest with yourself, for this is a sacred space of self-discovery. After you've written your reflection, set an intention, a commitment to yourself, to uncover and understand the rules that govern your life. Write this intention down as well. This practice will serve as your first conscious move in the game of life, a declaration of your willingness to awaken to the deeper truths that surround you. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This is yours. Chapter 2. The Universal Laws at Play. Long ago, there was a farmer who tended his land with steadfast commitment. Year after year, he labored tirelessly, yet his harvests remained meager. One day, an elder of the village approached him and said, "My son, you work hard, but do you work in harmony?" Puzzled, the farmer asked, "What do you mean, wise one?" The elder smiled gently and replied, "Observe the rhythms of nature, the seasons, the cycles of the moon, the dance of the wind and rain. Align your efforts with these, and you shall see abundance flow." Heeding this advice, the farmer began to study the natural world around him. He planted his seeds when the moon waxed, tended his crops as the seasons dictated, and harvested when nature signaled readiness. To his amazement, his fields soon flourished, yielding a bounty beyond his wildest dreams. You, like this farmer, are a sower of seeds in the vast field of existence. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are the seeds you plant each day. The law of attraction, a fundamental principle of the universe, ensures that these seeds will inevitably grow into the circumstances of your life. Just as the farmer learned to work in harmony with nature's cycles, you too must learn to align your inner world with the universal laws that govern all of creation. When you cultivate thoughts of abundance, you attract abundance. When you nurture feelings of love, you draw love into your life. When your intentions are rooted in positivity and growth, your reality blossoms accordingly. You must remember that the law of attraction works consistently. Negative thoughts and emotions will manifest as challenges, just as surely as wheat seeds yield wheat and thorn seeds yield thorns. This isn't punishment, but the neutral operation of universal law. Imagine now the tale of a fisherman who lived by the sea. Each day, he would set out in his small boat, battling against the wind and waves, returning exhausted with a meager catch. One stormy day, unable to fight the powerful gusts, he surrendered and allowed his boat to be carried by the wind. To his surprise, he found himself in calm waters, teeming with fish. From that day forward, the fisherman learned to read the wind and currents, to work with them rather than against them. His catches grew bountiful, and his work became joyful rather than arduous. Like the fisherman, you cannot control the external events of your life, the wind and waves that surround you, but you have complete dominion over your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. By aligning these with the flow of universal laws, you can navigate the seas of life with greater ease and success. Now, I suggest you to engage in a practice that will help you apply this wisdom. Reflect on an area of your life where you feel you've been sailing against the wind. Perhaps it's a relationship where you've been pushing too hard, or a goal you've been pursuing with strain and struggle. Write this down. Next, craft an affirmation or visualization that aligns you with the flow of the universe in this area. For example, if you've been struggling in your career, you might write, "I am open to the opportunities the universe presents, and I flow effortlessly towards my highest good." Repeat this affirmation daily, or regularly engage with your visualization. As you do, notice how your perception shifts and new possibilities begin to unfold. Remember, you are not controlling external events, but aligning your inner world with the universal flow. Chapter 3. Discovering your power as a divine player. In a kingdom long ago there lived a young man named Adamus. Though born of royal blood, he had been spirited away as an infant during a time of turmoil. Raised by humble farmers, Adamus grew up unaware of his true heritage, believing himself to be nothing more than a simple peasant. For years, Adamus toiled in the fields, struggling to make ends meet. He often dreamed of a better life, but believed such aspirations were beyond his reach. One day, as he rested beneath an ancient oak tree, an old sage approached him. "Why do you sit in the dirt," the sage asked, "when a throne awaits you?" Confused, Adamus replied, "You must be mistaken, wise one. I am but a simple farmer." The sage smiled knowingly and said, "Look within, young king. The truth of your lineage is etched in your very soul." As Adamus closed his eyes and looked inward, memories long buried began to surface. He saw flashes of a grand palace, of loving parents adorned in royal garb, of a destiny far greater than he had ever imagined. When he opened his eyes, they shone with newfound purpose and understanding. With this realization, Adamus set out to reclaim his birthright. Though the journey was fraught with challenges, his inner knowing guided him. In time, he ascended to the throne, bringing prosperity and wisdom to his kingdom. You, like Adamus, are of royal lineage in the cosmic order. You are a divine creator, born with the power to shape your reality. Yet, like Adamus, you may have forgotten your true nature, believing yourself to be limited by circumstances or bound by the opinions of others. Within you lies the power to create worlds. Your thoughts, beliefs, and intentions weave your reality. Awaken to this truth and reclaim your throne as the ruler of your life. Reflect now upon the story of Sophia, a gifted sculptor. One day, she stood before an enormous block of marble, seeing within it a masterpiece waiting to be revealed. With patience, skill, and unwavering vision, Sophia chipped away at the stone, gradually unveiling the magnificent form she had seen in her mind's eye. As onlookers marveled at her creation, Sophia simply smiled and said, "I did not create this beauty. I merely removed that which concealed it." Your life is like Sophia's block of marble. Within it lies infinite potential, waiting to be revealed by your conscious creation. Through your beliefs, decisions, and actions, you chip away at the unnecessary, unveiling the masterpiece that is your true destiny. You are both Adamas and Sophia, the ruler reclaiming their throne and the artist revealing the beauty within. Embrace this truth, for in doing so, you step into your power as a conscious creator of your reality. Now I invite you to partake in a sacred practice to embody this wisdom. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and take deep, calming breaths. Visualize yourself seated upon a magnificent throne adorned in regal attire. Feel the weight of the crown upon your head, the scepter in your hand. Look out over your kingdom, your life, and see it as it truly is, a realm of infinite possibility awaiting your command. What decrees will you make as the sovereign ruler of your reality? What aspects of your kingdom will you transform with your newfound power? As you sit upon your throne, feel the responsibility and the joy of conscious creation coursing through you. Know that every thought, every decision, shapes your kingdom. Open your eyes, carrying this regal energy with you. You are the ruler of your life, the sculptor of your destiny. Go forth and create with wisdom and purpose. Chapter 4, The Mind Game Connection. Picture a mystic seated in meditation amidst a vast, barren desert. The sun beats down mercilessly, yet the mystic remains unmoved, eyes closed in deep concentration. Slowly, imperceptibly at first, the landscape begins to transform. A tiny sprout emerges from the parched earth, followed by another and another. As the mystic's meditation deepens, so too does the miraculous change occurring around them. Water bubbles up from an unseen source, forming a small pool that grows into a shimmering oasis. Trees sprout and unfurl their leaves, providing cool shade. Flowers of every hue burst into bloom, their sweet fragrance carried on a gentle breeze that seems to have manifested from nowhere. In this narrative, you witness the profound connection between thought and physical reality. The mystic's unwavering focus and belief have literally reshaped the world around them. This is the power that resides within your own mind, and as you dive deeper into this chapter, you uncover the core truth. Your mind is the engine behind every manifestation in your life. Just as the mystic's concentrated thought transformed the desert, your inner landscape of beliefs, intentions, and focused attention directly creates the reality you experience. Every thought you entertain, every belief you hold, is a seed planted in the fertile soil of the universe. These seeds grow into the circumstances, relationships, and experiences that form your life. You are, in every moment, creating your reality through the power of your mind. But this power is not reserved for mystics alone. It is your birthright, a gift bestowed upon you by the universe itself. You have always been using this power, though perhaps unconsciously. Now, as you awaken to this truth, you can wield it with intention and purpose. Consider now the tale of the wise farmer. Each day he tends his garden with loving care. But his most important task is not watering or fertilizing, it is weeding. With patience and discernment, he identifies the thorny plants that would choke out his crops. He removes them gently but firmly, making space for his vegetables and flowers to flourish. In this parable, you see reflected your own role as the gardener of your mind. The weeds are your negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, and self-doubts. Left unchecked, they can overrun the garden of your mind, strangling the beautiful creations you wish to manifest. Just as the farmer must tend his garden daily, so must you cultivate your thoughts with vigilance and care. By removing negative patterns and nurturing positive ones, you create fertile ground for your desires to take root and grow. Now I offer you a practice to begin tending the garden of your mind. Each morning, as the sun rises and a new day of creation dawns, take 5 minutes to sit in quiet reflection. Identify one negative thought or belief that has been recurring in your mental landscape. Acknowledge it without judgment, then gently but firmly remove it from your mind, just as the farmer pulls a weed from his garden. In its place, plant a positive affirmation. Speak it aloud. Feel its truth resonate within you. Water this new thought with your belief and attention throughout the day. As you practice this mental weeding consistently, you will find your inner garden flourishing, manifesting a reality as beautiful and abundant as the mystic's oasis in the desert. Chapter 5. Setting your intention for the game. Across the vast expanse of history, there lived an archer renowned for his skill with the bow. Yet on one fateful day, as he stood before his targets, his arrows flew wild, missing their mark time and again. Frustrated and bewildered, he sought the counsel of a wise elder. "Tell me," said the elder, "where do you aim?" The archer replied, "I simply shoot, trusting in my skill." The elder smiled knowingly. "Therein lies your error. Without a clear aim, even the most skilled archer will miss his mark." Taking the elder's words to heart, the archer returned to his practice. This time, he fixed his gaze upon the center of the target, focusing his intention with unwavering clarity. As he released the arrow, it flew straight and true, striking the very heart of the bullseye. In this story, you glimpse a fundamental truth of the universe. Intention is the guiding force in the game of life. Just as the archer's arrows flew astray without a clear target, so too will your efforts in life fall short without focused intention. As you explore this wisdom, you uncover the power of clear, focused intentions. More than goal setting, it's a sacred alignment of your will with universal creative forces. By setting intentions, you declare your desires to the cosmos, activating laws that manifest them. Consider now the tale of two merchants. The first set out on his journey with no clear destination in mind. He wandered from town to town, buying and selling goods on whim, never quite finding success. His life became a series of aimless wanderings, each day blending into the next without purpose or direction. The second merchant, however, began his journey with a clear intention. He declared, "I shall travel to the Golden City and there establish a thriving trade in silks and spices." With this purpose fixed in his mind, he set out. Every decision he made, every step he took, was guided by this intention. Though he faced obstacles and setbacks, his unwavering focus carried him forward. In time, he arrived at the Golden City, where he indeed built a prosperous business just as he had intended. In this narrative, you understand the power of living with clear intention. A life without intention is like a ship without a compass, destined to drift aimlessly on the seas of circumstance. But when you set your course with clarity and purpose, you harness the winds of the universe to propel you toward your desired destination. Now I offer you a practice to begin harnessing the power of intention in your own life. Take a moment of quiet reflection. In this stillness, ask yourself, what is one specific intention I wish to focus on for the coming week? Let this intention arise naturally from your deepest desires and highest aspirations. Once you have identified your intention, write it down clearly and concisely. Place this written intention where you will see it daily, perhaps on your bedside table or bathroom mirror. Each morning as you begin your day, read your intention aloud. Feel its resonance within you, and commit to aligning your thoughts and actions with this purpose throughout the day. As you move through your week, let this intention be your guiding star. When faced with decisions or challenges, ask yourself, does this align with my intention? Let your choices be informed by this focused purpose. By practicing this alignment of thought and action with your clear intention, you become like the skilled archer, your efforts flying true to their mark. You set in motion the universal forces that will bring your intention into manifestation, shaping your reality with the power of your focused will. Chapter 6: Belief as the Master Key. This is a tale of a young child who stumbled upon an ancient stone, weathered and worn by countless ages. The village elders spoke of its magic in hushed tones, but none had ever witnessed its power. The child, with eyes alight with wonder, believed wholeheartedly in the stone's mystical properties. One day, while holding the stone and whispering an earnest wish, the child noticed a faint glow emanating from its core. Guided by an unseen force, the child followed the stone's pulsing light to a hidden cavern beneath the village. There, a treasure trove of knowledge and riches lay waiting, unlocked by the child's unwavering belief. In this tale, you glimpse a profound truth. Belief is the key that unlocks the mysteries and treasures of life. It is not mere wishful thinking, but a potent force that shapes the very fabric of your reality. As you delve deeper into this wisdom, you uncover that belief is not a passive hope, but an active power that molds your experiences. When you truly believe in something, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that belief. This alignment creates a resonance with the universal forces, drawing to you the circumstances and opportunities that match your convictions. Consider now the tale of the sage who lived in a drought-stricken land. While others despaired, the sage maintained an unshakable belief in the unseen forces of the universe. Each day he performed rituals of gratitude for rain, envisioning lush fields and flowing streams. The villagers scoffed at his actions, seeing only the parched earth around them. Yet the sage's belief was so strong that it began to shift the very climate. Clouds gathered and rain fell, transforming the barren landscape into a verdant paradise. The villagers witnessing this miracle realized the power of the sage's unwavering faith. In this narrative, you recognize that belief is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. It allows you to tap into realms beyond the physical, manifesting your deepest desires into tangible reality. Now I offer you a practice to harness the transformative power of belief in your own life. Identify one limiting belief that has held you back. It might be a thought like, "I'm not good enough," or "success is for others, not me." Write this belief down, acknowledging its presence in your life. Next, craft an empowering belief to replace it. For example, "I am worthy and capable of great success," or "I attract abundance and opportunities effortlessly." Write this new, empowering belief as an affirmation. Place it where you'll see it daily, perhaps on your mirror or as a screensaver on your phone. Each morning and evening, stand before a mirror. Look into your own eyes and repeat this affirmation aloud, with conviction and feeling. As you speak, allow yourself to truly feel the truth of these words resonating within you. Continue this practice daily, allowing your new belief to take root and flourish. With time and persistence, you will find this empowering belief shaping your actions and, in turn, your reality. Chapter 7: Aligning with the Universal Flow. Picture a river born high in the mountains, cascading down through valleys and plains. This river, much like the journey of your own life, moves with purpose towards its ultimate destination, the vast, welcoming ocean. Observe how the river does not struggle against the rocks in its path. Instead, it gracefully bends around them, carving new channels when necessary. When faced with a fallen tree, it does not halt its progress but finds a way to flow over or under the obstacle. The river's journey is one of constant movement, adapting to the landscape while never losing sight of its final goal. In this narrative, you glimpse a profound truth about the nature of existence. Life, when aligned with the universal forces, moves with a similar ease and grace. The river's flow is a mirror to your own potential for effortless progress when you attune yourself to the natural rhythms of the universe. Now, let the wisdom of this narrative settle into your being as you contemplate its deeper meaning. You have often found yourself struggling against the current of life, expending precious energy in resistance. But what if, like the river, you could learn to flow with the forces that surround you? The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has set in motion certain immutable laws. When you align yourself with these laws, you tap into a wellspring of effortless manifestation. Resistance and struggle arise when you work against these natural forces, much like a swimmer fighting against a strong current. Success, abundance, and inner peace are not achieved through force, but through alignment. When you harmonize your thoughts, intentions, and actions with the universal flow, you will find that life begins to unfold with surprising ease. To further illuminate this concept, envision a skilled sailor navigating the open seas. As the wind changes direction, he does not fight against it or bemoan his fate. Instead, he skillfully adjusts his sails, harnessing the power of the wind to propel his vessel forward. By working in harmony with the elements, he reaches his destination faster and with far less effort than one who stubbornly maintains a fixed course. In this sailor's wisdom, you can see a reflection of your own journey through life. The wind that surrounds you is the energy of the universe, ever-present and infinitely powerful. When you learn to adjust your own sails, your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, you can harness this energy to manifest your desires with grace and ease. Now I invite you to practice this wisdom. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take deep breaths. In this calm state, reflect on areas where you've resisted the natural flow and exhausted yourself by swimming against the current. Open your eyes and take out your journal. Write down these areas of resistance. Then, for each one, contemplate how you might adjust your sails. How can you align yourself more closely with the universal flow in these aspects of your life? What thoughts, beliefs, or actions need to shift to move in harmony with the universe? As you engage in this practice, remember the river and the sailor. Let their wisdom guide you to a life of effortless manifestation, moving in harmony with universal forces. Chapter 8. Overcoming Initial Doubts and Resistance. Picture a traveler, much like yourself, standing at the edge of a winding path that stretches far into the misty distance. This path, unfamiliar and daunting, fills the traveler with uncertainty. Is this truly the way, the traveler wonders, his heart heavy with doubt? Yet despite his misgivings, he takes one tentative step forward, then another. With each step, the mist seems to thicken, obscuring the way ahead. But the traveler perseveres, trusting in something greater than his own limited vision. As the journey unfolds, the traveler encounters challenges that test his resolve: steep cliffs, dense forests, and treacherous ravines block his way. At times, he considers turning back, convinced he has made a grave error. But something within urges him onward. Finally, after what seems an eternity, the traveler emerges from the mist. To his astonishment, he finds himself exactly where he needed to be, a place of profound beauty and opportunity that he could never have imagined at the outset of his journey. In this parable, you glimpse a fundamental truth about the nature of doubt and the power of trust. The path laid before you may often seem uncertain, even frightening. Yet, it is precisely this path that will lead you to your greatest growth and most magnificent manifestations. Doubt, you must understand, is not your enemy. It is a natural companion on any journey of significance. However, when you allow doubt to take root and grow, it creates energetic blockages that prevent your desires from manifesting in the physical realm. Like a dam holding back the flow of a mighty river, doubt impedes the natural flow of universal energy that seeks to bring your intentions into reality. To understand this concept better, consider the tale of a warrior who encounters a new fighting technique. At first, he resists, clinging to his familiar ways. This cannot be effective, he scoffs, his doubt creating a barrier to learning. But as he reluctantly begins to practice, he discovers a power he never knew existed within him. By embracing this new way and releasing his doubts, he becomes truly invincible. In this warrior's journey, you can see a reflection of your own path. The doubts you harbor about your ability to manifest your desires are like the warrior's initial resistance. But as you learn to trust in the universal laws and your own innate power, you too will unlock abilities beyond your current imagination. Now I invite you to put this wisdom into practice. Take out your journal and find a quiet space where you can reflect deeply. Choose one area of your life where doubt has taken hold, where you feel resistance to trusting the process of manifestation. Write about this doubt in detail. What fears or uncertainties are fueling it? How has it held you back from fully embracing your potential? Then, on a new page, begin to write down reasons why you can trust the process and release this resistance. Remember the traveler who found his way through the mist, and the warrior who became invincible by embracing a new path. What evidence can you find in your own life of times when trust has led to unexpected breakthroughs? As you engage in this practice, feel the energy of doubt begin to dissipate, replaced by a growing sense of trust in the universal flow. Know that by releasing resistance, you open yourself to the infinite possibilities that await you on your journey of manifestation. Part 2. Deepening Understanding and Practice. Chapter 9. The Power of Focus and Attention. In the heart of an ancient forest, where towering trees whispered secrets of the ages, there lived a master archer renowned for his unerring aim. One day, a young apprentice sought his guidance, eager to learn the art of perfect marksmanship. The master led his student deep into the woods, where the canopy above filtered sunlight into a dappled tapestry on the forest floor. He pointed to a single leaf among thousands, its edges kissed by a ray of light. Focus on that leaf, the master instructed. When you can hit it consistently, amidst all distractions, you will have mastered the bow. Days turned to weeks as the apprentice practiced tirelessly. At first his arrows flew wild, distracted by the rustling of leaves, the calls of birds, and his own wandering thoughts. But gradually, as he learned to quiet his mind and sharpen his focus, his aim improved. Finally, after countless attempts, the apprentice's arrow struck true, piercing the heart of the leaf. In that moment, he understood that his success came not from his physical skill alone, but from the unwavering focus of his mind. You, like this apprentice, are constantly shaping your reality through the power of your attention. Where you direct your focus, energy flows, manifesting the very essence of your thoughts into your physical world. Consider carefully, are your thoughts dwelling on lack, fear, or limitation? If so, you are inadvertently nurturing these very conditions in your life. But when you consciously shift your focus to abundance, success, and joy, you begin to call forth these qualities into your experience. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not judge your thoughts as good or bad. It simply responds to the energy you emit, bringing into your life more of what occupies your mind. This is why mastering your focus is crucial in the art of manifestation. Let me share with you another tale that illustrates this principle. There once was a gardener who inherited a vast, barren field. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by the enormity of the task before him, he chose to focus on cultivating one small patch of earth at a time. Day after day, he tended to his chosen spot with unwavering attention, nurturing the soil, planting seeds, and lovingly caring for the first tender shoots. As this area began to flourish, he moved on to the next, always maintaining his focused approach. Seasons passed, and those who had once scoffed at his seemingly futile efforts stood in awe. The once desolate field had transformed into a lush, bountiful garden, teeming with life and beauty. This gardener's journey mirrors your own. Your life is the field, and your thoughts and attention are the seeds you plant. By focusing deliberately on what you wish to cultivate, rather than scattering your energy haphazardly, you can transform your reality one area at a time. Now I invite you to put this wisdom into practice. Choose one specific area of your life where you desire improvement. Perhaps it's your health, your relationships, or your career. For the next 7 days, commit to focusing solely on positive thoughts and actions related to this chosen area. When negative thoughts or distractions arise, as they inevitably will, gently but firmly redirect your attention back to your intention. Like the apprentice archer learning to hit his mark, train your mind to maintain its focus on your desired outcome. Remember, this practice is not about denying reality or suppressing genuine emotions. Rather, it's about consciously choosing where to direct your mental energy. By doing so, you align yourself with the universal forces that shape your experience, calling forth the very reality you wish to create. Chapter 10. Playing the Inner Game. In a kingdom long ago, there lived a young prince whose destiny was suddenly upended. Cast into exile by forces beyond his control, he found himself stripped of his royal trappings and thrust into a world he scarcely recognized. This prince, once accustomed to the comforts of palace life, now faced the harsh realities of a world that cared not for his lineage. As you read these words, know that you too are on a journey of self-discovery. Like the exiled prince, you may find yourself in circumstances that seem beyond your control, but within you lies a power greater than any external force, the power of your mindset. The prince, in his exile, sought the guidance of a wise hermit who dwelled in the mountains. This sage taught him the art of meditation and self-discipline, revealing that true power comes not from a crown or a throne, but from mastery of the inner realm. Day by day, the prince honed his mind. He learned to quiet the tumultuous thoughts that had once ruled his consciousness. Through this practice, he began to see that his external world was but a reflection of his inner beliefs and thoughts. As he cultivated peace and strength within, his circumstances began to shift. You have this same ability. Your mindset shapes your perception, experiences, decisions, and life direction. Reflect on how your circumstances mirror your inner dialogue. Do you view life with abundance or scarcity? Do you see challenges as obstacles or growth opportunities? Your answers reveal your reality's blueprint. Let me share with you another tale that illustrates the power of mindset mastery. There once was a warrior renowned for his strength and skill in battle. One day, he faced an opponent who seemed unbeatable, a giant of a man with unparalleled might. The warrior, realizing that brute force would lead to certain defeat, retreated to reassess his strategy. In a moment of clarity, he understood that victory lay not in overpowering his opponent, but in outsmarting him. Returning to the battlefield with a transformed mindset, the warrior employed tactics of agility and cunning. He used his opponent's size against him, turning the giant's strength into a weakness. Through this mental shift, the warrior emerged victorious, proving that the greatest battles are won first in the mind. This parable teaches that life's challenges can be overcome by mastering your inner world. When facing obstacles, remember your greatest weapon is your mindset. Now I invite you to put this wisdom into practice. Each night before you retire to sleep, take a moment to reflect on your day. In a journal, write down one negative thought that you experienced. Then, with intention and awareness, rewrite that thought in a positive light. For example, if you caught yourself thinking, "I'm not skilled enough for this task," reframe it as, "I have the ability to learn and grow into this challenge." Reflect on how this shift in perspective could change your approach and ultimately your life circumstances. This daily practice will train your mind to naturally seek positive interpretations of events and challenges. Over time, you will find that your default mindset becomes one of optimism and possibility, attracting experiences that align with this new way of thinking. Remember, like the exiled prince who reclaimed his throne through inner mastery, you have the power to shape your destiny by mastering your mindset. Your thoughts are the seeds from which your reality grows. Nurture them wisely and watch as your life transforms in ways you once thought impossible. Chapter 11. Harnessing the Emotional Alchemy of Life. In a village snuggled between misty mountains, there lived a blacksmith renowned for his skill, yet plagued by inner turmoil. His rage burned as hot as his forge, and his sorrow weighed as heavy as his anvil. One day, a mysterious figure appeared at his workshop, a teacher cloaked in wisdom and secrets. "Your emotions," the teacher said, gesturing to the roaring fire, "are like this flame. They can destroy or create, depending on how you wield them." Over many moons, the teacher guided the blacksmith in the art of emotional alchemy. The blacksmith learned to channel his rage into the strength needed to shape unyielding metal. His sorrow, once a burden, became the wisdom that guided his hand in creating intricate designs. As you read this, reflect on your own emotional landscape. Like the blacksmith, you too possess the power to transform your inner world. The essence of this teaching is recognizing that emotions are guides, not foes. Joy, contentment, and excitement signal harmony with the universe, showing your thoughts and actions align with your true path. Conversely, when you experience anger, fear, or sadness, the universe is sending you a message. These emotions reveal areas where you are out of alignment with your highest self. They are not punishments, but opportunities for growth and transformation. Consider now the tale of a queen who ruled her kingdom with cold logic, suppressing her emotions in the belief that they made her weak. Her realm, while orderly, lacked warmth and vitality. One day, a wise counselor taught her to embrace the full spectrum of her feelings. The queen learned to transmute her anger into determination, using it to fight injustice in her kingdom. Her fear, once paralyzing, became the courage to face challenges head-on. As she allowed herself to feel deeply, her kingdom flourished, becoming a place of both strength and compassion. This story illustrates a profound truth. Your emotions are not something to be feared or suppressed, but powerful tools for personal transformation. By embracing and working with your feelings, you can create a life of greater authenticity and fulfillment. Now I invite you to put this wisdom into practice. Find a quiet moment and a comfortable space. Take out your journal and write down one recurring negative emotion you've been experiencing lately. It might be frustration, anxiety, or perhaps a lingering sadness. Once you've identified this emotion, close your eyes and take several deep breaths. As you inhale, imagine drawing in pure, cleansing light. As you exhale, visualize releasing any tension or resistance. Now gently turn your attention to the source of this emotion. What situations or thoughts trigger it? Allow yourself to explore this without judgment, as if you were a curious observer. With this awareness, begin to reframe this emotion. If it's anger, can you transmute it into motivation for positive change? If it's fear, can you alchemize it into excitement for growth? As you breathe deeply, visualize this transformation taking place within you. See the negative emotion as raw energy, and imagine shaping it into something empowering and beneficial. Finally, open your eyes and write down the new empowering emotion you've created. Reflect on how you can carry this transformed energy into your daily life. Chapter 12, Spiritual Strategies for Overcoming Life's Obstacles. This is a tale of a traveler whose journey was suddenly halted by a towering mountain. As he stood before this colossal obstacle, his heart filled with despair. It seemed his path had come to an abrupt end, but as you will learn, the universe often places teachers in our path when we need them most. And so it was for this traveler. An old sage, his eyes twinkling with ancient knowledge, appeared beside him. "Young one," the sage spoke, his voice as steady as the mountain itself. "Do you see only one path before you?" The traveler, confused, replied, "I see no path at all, wise one. Only this insurmountable mountain." The sage smiled. "Ah, but there are always many ways. You can climb over, walk around, or even tunnel through. The mountain is not your enemy, but your teacher." As you contemplate this tale, understand that the obstacles in your life are not permanent blocks. They are invitations to find creative solutions, to grow beyond your perceived limitations. Now let us dive into the core of this teaching. When faced with challenges, you have the power to shift your perspective. What appears as a barrier might be a gateway to something greater. By raising your vibration through gratitude, positive affirmations, or acts of kindness, you align yourself with the universal flow. In this state of alignment, solutions often reveal themselves. Sometimes the most powerful action is surrender, not in defeat, but in trust. By releasing your grip on how things should be, you open yourself to possibilities beyond your current understanding. Consider now the tale of a young woman who fought against the current of a mighty river. For years she struggled, believing that her strength alone would carry her to her destination. Exhausted and no closer to her goal, she finally let go. To her amazement, the current she had battled for so long began to carry her. It took her on a journey filled with unexpected beauty and lessons. When she finally reached her destination, she realized that the river, which she had seen as her enemy, had been her greatest teacher. This tale illuminates a profound truth. What you resist persists. By surrendering to the flow of life, you don't give up on your goals. Instead, you allow the universe to guide you there in ways you might never have imagined. As you integrate these teachings into your life, remember that obstacles are not your enemies. They are teachers, helping you develop resilience, creativity, and wisdom. Now I invite you to put this wisdom into practice. Find a quiet moment and reflect on your life. Identify one obstacle that currently stands in your path. It might be a difficult relationship, a career challenge, or a personal limitation you've been struggling to overcome. Once you've identified this obstacle, choose a new spiritual strategy to approach it differently. Perhaps you'll shift your perspective, seeing it not as a block but as an opportunity for growth. Or maybe you'll practice surrender, releasing your attachment to how this challenge should be solved. Write down your chosen strategy and commit to applying it for the next week. As you do, remain open to unexpected solutions and hidden opportunities within the challenge. Remember that every obstacle carries within it the seeds of transformation. By approaching your challenges with wisdom and creativity, you unlock the power to shape your reality and move ever closer to your highest potential. Chapter 13, Manifesting Through Visualization and Imagination. In a small village snuggled between misty mountains, there lived an artist whose works were unlike any other. As he painted, his imagination flowed onto the canvas with such vivid clarity that onlookers swore they could smell the flowers in his landscapes or feel the warmth of the sun in his seascapes. One day, as he painted a majestic golden door standing alone in a field of wildflowers, something extraordinary occurred. The paint seemed to shimmer and pulse with life. As the last stroke fell from his brush, the door on the canvas swung open, and through it stepped the painter himself into a world of his own creation. This story illustrates a profound truth. Your imagination is the gateway between the unseen and the seen, the spiritual and the physical. What you can envision with clarity in your mind's eye has the potential to manifest in your tangible reality. Now let us dig deeper into this mystical power that resides within you. Visualization is not mere daydreaming, it is a potent force of creation. When you hold an image in your mind with unwavering focus and imbue it with the energy of your belief, you set in motion the universal laws that bring thought into form. Consider the inventor in our second tale. In a time when humans were bound to the earth, this visionary dared to dream of soaring through the skies. Night after night he closed his eyes and saw himself gliding above the clouds, feeling the rush of wind against his face. He held this vision with such conviction that it consumed his waking hours. Many called him a fool, but he persevered. With each failure, he adjusted his vision, refining it, making it more vivid and detailed. And then, one glorious day, his machine lifted off the ground and he flew, just as he had seen in his mind's eye countless times before. This story teaches us that sustained visualization, coupled with unshakable belief, can bring even the most extraordinary dreams into reality. The inventor's success was not mere chance. It was the result of his ability to see clearly what others deemed impossible. As you integrate this wisdom into your life, remember that your imagination is a tool of immense power. What you consistently envision and feel as real will, in time, become your reality. This is the essence of conscious creation, the art of shaping your life through the power of your mind. Now I invite you to put this ancient knowledge into practice. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing your mind to settle. For the next 10 minutes, visualize one specific goal you wish to achieve. See it in vivid detail, as if it has already come to pass. Perhaps you envision yourself in your dream home, feeling the texture of the walls beneath your fingertips, smelling the fresh air through open windows. Or maybe you see yourself excelling in your chosen field, receiving accolades for your work, feeling the surge of pride and accomplishment. Whatever your vision, immerse yourself fully in it. Feel the emotions that would accompany this success, the joy, the satisfaction, the sense of fulfillment. Let these feelings wash over you, anchoring the vision in your being. Make this practice a daily ritual. For 10 minutes each day, step into this vivid scene of your desired reality. With consistency, you will find that your outer world begins to align with your inner vision, just as the painter's art came to life and the inventor's dreams took flight. Chapter 14. Developing Inner Confidence and Trust. In the heart of a lush savanna where golden grass swayed under an endless sky, there lived a peculiar pride of sheep. Among them, unaware of its true nature, was a lion cub. This young lion, raised from infancy by the gentle flock, believed itself to be nothing more than a woolly, bleating creature. Day after day, the cub grazed alongside its adopted family, never questioning why its roar sounded more like a timid baa, or why its claws seemed sharper than the others. It lived in fear of the very predators it was born to be, cowering at the mere mention of lions. One fateful day, as the flock grazed near the edge of their territory, a majestic lion appeared on a nearby hill. The sheep scattered in terror, but the cub, frozen in fear, could not move. The great lion approached, not with aggression, but with wisdom in its eyes. "Young one," the lion spoke, its voice resonating with power, "why do you tremble before me? Do you not recognize your own reflection in my eyes?" Confused, the cub replied, "But I am a sheep, weak and defenseless." The wise lion shook its magnificent mane. "No, child. You are a lion, born to rule these lands. Your roar can shake the earth, and your spirit is unbreakable. Trust in your true nature, and you will discover the power that has always resided within you." With gentle guidance, the wise lion taught the cub to embrace its innate strength. Day by day, the cub's confidence grew. It learned to roar, to hunt, and to stand tall. In trusting its true nature, the once timid cub transformed into a powerful lion, ready to face the world with courage and grace. You, like this lion cub, possess an innate power that may have been hidden by the beliefs and limitations imposed upon you. Your journey of self-discovery and manifestation begins with trusting in your true nature, in the divine spark that resides within you. Consider now the tale of the bridge builder. In a village divided by a raging river, there lived a visionary who dreamed of uniting the two sides. Despite the doubts and ridicule of others, who claimed the river was too wide and the currents too strong, the builder held fast to his vision. Night after night, he pored over plans, refining his design. When questioned about the impossibility of his task, he would simply smile and say, "I trust in my ability to find a way." As work began, challenges arose. Storms threatened to wash away the foundation, and supplies ran short. Yet the builder's trust never wavered. He adapted, innovated, and persevered. His unwavering confidence inspired others, and soon the entire village rallied behind his vision. After months of tireless effort, the bridge stood complete, a testament to the power of trust and self-belief. The once divided village became a thriving community, united by the very structure they had once deemed impossible. These stories illuminate a fundamental truth. Trust in yourself and in the benevolence of the universe is the cornerstone of manifestation. When you align your confidence with the infinite possibilities of the cosmos, you become an unstoppable force of creation. To integrate this wisdom into your life, I suggest you this practice. Each morning, as the first light of dawn breaks, find a quiet moment for yourself. Take a deep breath, centering your awareness in your heart. Now craft a personal affirmation of confidence and trust, focusing on an area of your life where doubt has taken root. Speak this affirmation aloud with conviction. I am your name, a powerful creator in harmony with the universe. I trust in my abilities and in the divine support that surrounds me. In specific area of doubt, I release fear and embrace confidence. My path is clear, my purpose is strong, and my success is assured. Repeat this affirmation 3 times, allowing its energy to resonate through your being. Feel the truth of these words sinking into your bones, replacing doubt with unshakable faith. Chapter 15, The Role of Patience and Persistence. In the depths of a lush forest, there once grew a small bamboo shoot. Year after year, this seemingly insignificant plant remained unchanged, its growth invisible to the untrained eye. Villagers who passed by would often scoff, wondering why the gardener tended to such a useless patch of earth. But the wise gardener knew better. With unwavering patience, he nurtured the bamboo, watering it faithfully and tending to the soil. 5 long years passed, and still no visible growth appeared above the ground. Then in the 6th year, a miracle occurred. The bamboo suddenly burst forth from the earth, growing at an astonishing rate. In just a matter of weeks, it towered over the forest, reaching heights that seemed impossible for such a young plant. You see, the bamboo had been growing all along, developing a robust root system to support its rapid ascent. This parable reveals a profound truth about life. Progress isn't always visible, but it's always occurring. In your journey of growth, you may feel like the bamboo, working daily without immediate results. Know this: the universe follows its own timeline. Your consistent actions and trust are building a strong foundation for success. Consider now the tale of the master potter. In a small village lived a young artisan who dreamed of creating pottery that would touch the hearts of all who beheld it. Day after day, year after year, he practiced his craft. His hands became calloused, his back ached from hours bent over the wheel, yet still, his creations fell short of his vision. Many urged him to give up, to pursue a more practical trade, but the potter persisted, trusting in the process of mastery. He studied under great teachers, experimented with new techniques, and poured his heart into every piece. After a decade of dedicated practice, the potter's hands moved as if guided by an unseen force. From his wheel emerged a vase of such exquisite beauty that it brought tears to the eyes of all who saw it. The once doubting villagers now marveled at his skill, unaware of the years of unseen progress that had led to this moment of brilliance. These stories reveal a fundamental truth. Patience is active trust, not passive waiting. It's the persistence to continue despite unseen results. In life's game, those who master patient action ultimately succeed. Now I invite you to reflect on your own journey. Is there an area in your life where impatience has taken root? Perhaps a goal that seems frustratingly out of reach, or a dream that has yet to materialize? Take a moment to identify this area, and then engage in the following practice. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Take 3 deep breaths, centering yourself in the present moment. Now, open your journal and write a reflective entry addressing the following. Describe the situation where you've been feeling impatient. Acknowledge the effort you've already put in, even if the results are not yet visible. Explore how you can adopt a mindset of patience and persistence in this area. Write an affirmation of trust, stating that the results are already on their way. As you write, allow yourself to feel the calm assurance that comes with true patience. Trust that, like the bamboo and the potter, your consistent efforts are creating a strong foundation for future success. Remember, in life's grand game, it's not speed, but persistence with patience and trust that wins. Your manifestations are growing strong roots beneath the surface. Trust the process. Continue your dedicated actions and know your rapid growth moment is coming. Chapter 16, Transforming Fear and Limiting Beliefs. Within the chronicles of old myths there lies a story of a formidable dragon, its scales shining like polished black stone, protecting a treasure that defies human understanding. This dragon, with eyes of smoldering ember and breath of scorching flame, was said to be unconquerable. Many brave souls ventured forth, seeking glory and riches, only to be turned back by their own terror or consumed by the dragon's wrath. This dragon is not just a mythical creature, but a powerful metaphor for the fears and limiting beliefs blocking your deepest desires. Just as the dragon guards its hoard, your fears protect the status quo, keeping you from success, fulfillment, and true self-realization. Consider your inner dragon. What form does it take? Perhaps it whispers unworthiness, roars past failures, or coils around your dreams with doubt and insecurity. These mental constructs and limiting beliefs are the true barriers between you and your goals. But take heart, for just as every dragon has its weakness, every fear can be faced and every limiting belief can be transformed. The key lies not in battling these inner demons, but in understanding and embracing them. Let me share with you the tale of Sir Galahad, a knight of great renown. Unlike his fellow knights who sought to slay the dragon, Galahad approached with an open heart and a curious mind. As he drew near, he saw not a monstrous beast, but a mirror of his own doubts and fears. In that moment of recognition, something extraordinary occurred. The dragon's fierce visage softened, and Galahad found himself in conversation with the creature. He learned that the dragon was not his enemy, but a reflection of his inner turmoil, a guardian of the treasures he had deemed himself unworthy to claim. Through this encounter, Galahad realized a profound truth. His fears were not obstacles to be vanquished, but allies to be understood and integrated. By befriending the dragon, he gained access not only to the physical treasure, but to the far greater wealth of self-knowledge and inner peace. You too can transform your fears into sources of power, and your limiting beliefs into stepping stones to greatness. The practice I offer you now will guide you on this transformative journey. Find a quiet moment and a comfortable space. Take 3 deep centering breaths, allowing yourself to sink into a state of calm awareness. Now, with pen and paper at hand, I invite you to write down one fear or limiting belief that has been holding you back. Be specific and honest with yourself. Close your eyes and visualize this fear or belief as a dragon guarding a treasure. What does it look like? How does it make you feel? Now imagine yourself approaching this dragon not as an adversary, but as a curious explorer. What would you say to it? What might it say to you? Create a new story where you face this dragon fear and transform it into a source of power. Perhaps you befriend it, or maybe it shapeshifts into a wise guide. Let your imagination flow freely. Finally, visualize yourself with this transformed fear ally, no longer held back, but empowered to claim your treasure. What does this new version of you look and feel like? Open your eyes and write down this new story, capturing the essence of your transformation. Keep this narrative close to your heart, returning to it whenever you feel the old fear trying to reassert itself. Remember, the dragons of your mind are not your enemies. They are the guardians of your greatest potential, waiting for you to be brave enough to understand and embrace them. In doing so, you unlock not just the treasures they guard, but the limitless power within yourself. Part 3, Mastery and Transformation. Chapter 17, Flowing with the Cosmic Stream of Life. This is a tale of a young artist named Arya. From a tender age, she yearned to create beauty on canvas, yet her strokes were rigid and her paintings lifeless. Frustrated, she sought thee. As Arya observed, the master continued, "Your brush is like this stream. Allow it to flow guidance of a master painter who lived high in the mountains." The master observed Arya's tense grip on the brush and said, "Your art lacks flow, child. Let go of your need to control every stroke." Confused, Arya asked, "But how can I paint without controlling the brush?" The master smiled and led her to a nearby stream. "Watch the water," he instructed. "See how it flows effortlessly around the rocks, never forcing its path, naturally with the rhythm of your hand. Surrender to the process, and true beauty will emerge." Arya practiced for days, gradually loosening her grip and allowing her brush to dance across the canvas. To her amazement, her paintings came alive with a grace and beauty she had never before achieved. This tale introduces you to the concept of flow, a state of harmony with the universe's natural rhythm. When you align yourself with this cosmic current, life becomes effortless, and manifestation occurs naturally. Consider how often you resist the flow of life, attempting to control every outcome. This resistance creates tension, blocking the very things you seek to manifest. When you surrender to the universal flow, you open yourself to infinite possibilities. Imagine your life as a great river, constantly moving toward the vast ocean of your destiny. Along its course, this river encounters rocks, fallen trees, and steep banks. Yet it does not stop or struggle against these obstacles. Instead, it flows around them, over them, sometimes even carving new paths through them. Once a river faced a massive boulder. Many thought it would block the river, but the water flowed around it, creating eddies and falls. Over time, the river's flow smoothed the boulder's edges, turning the obstacle into a harmonious part of its journey. This is the power of flow in your life. When you trust in the universe's guidance and allow life to unfold naturally, what once seemed like obstacles become opportunities for growth and beauty. To embrace this flow is to trust in the wisdom of the universe. It means letting go of the illusion of control and allowing yourself to be carried forward by life's current. This doesn't mean becoming passive, but rather aligning your actions with the natural unfolding of events. Now, I invite you to put this wisdom into practice. Reflect on an area of your life where you've been forcing an outcome, struggling against the current. Perhaps it's a relationship, a career goal, or a personal project. For the next week, practice surrender in this area. Instead of pushing and striving, allow things to unfold naturally. Trust that the universe will guide you to where you need to be. Each day, take a moment to check in with yourself. Are you flowing with life or resisting it? If you find yourself tensing up or trying to control outcomes, take a deep breath and consciously relax. Visualize yourself as that river, flowing smoothly around any obstacles in your path. True mastery in life comes from dancing with the universe's rhythm, not controlling every move. As you surrender and flow, what you seek may come to you with surprising ease. Chapter 18, Mastering Abundance and Prosperity. In the ancient city of Aurum, there lived a merchant named Darius, renowned for his vast wealth but equally infamous for his miserly ways. His coffers overflowed with gold, yet his heart remained empty. One fateful day, a mysterious traveler appeared at his door, offering a secret that would change Darius's life forever. "True abundance," the traveler whispered. comes not from hoarding, but from giving freely. Skeptical but intrigued, Darius decided to test this wisdom. He began by offering discounts to struggling families, donating to local charities, and sharing his knowledge with aspiring merchants. To his amazement, as he gave, his wealth multiplied. Customers flocked to his shop, drawn by his newfound generosity, and opportunities for lucrative trades appeared as if by magic. You, like Darius, hold the key to unlocking abundance in your life. The universe operates on the principle of flow. Energy must circulate freely to grow and multiply. When you cling tightly to what you have, you create a dam that blocks the natural flow of abundance. An abundance consciousness is not merely about accumulating wealth. It's about aligning yourself with the universal laws of generosity, gratitude, and belief in unlimited resources. When you embrace this mindset, you open yourself to receive not just material wealth, but an overflow of love, joy, and opportunity. Consider the parable of the generous farmer. In a time of drought, when others hoarded their seeds, she planted more than ever before. Her neighbors thought her foolish, but she trusted in the abundance of the universe. Come harvest time, her fields yielded a bountiful crop, far surpassing those who had sown sparingly out of fear. This farmer understood a profound truth: abundance begets abundance. By acting from a place of trust and generosity, she aligned herself with the universal flow of prosperity. You too can cultivate this abundance consciousness in your own life. Begin by shifting your perspective from scarcity to plenty. Look around you. The universe is teeming with abundance. From the countless stars in the night sky to the boundless creativity of human thought, there is no limit to what exists and what can be created. Practice gratitude daily for what you already have, for gratitude is the soil in which abundance grows. When you appreciate what you possess, you send a powerful message to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Remember, abundance is not just about receiving, it's about becoming a conduit for the flow of energy. The more you give, the more you open yourself to receive. This giving need not always be material. It can be your time, your knowledge, your kindness, or your love. Now I invite you to put this wisdom into practice. Identify one area in your life where you can give without expectation. Perhaps it's volunteering your time at a local charity, sharing your expertise with someone in need, or simply offering a listening ear to a friend. Whatever form it takes, give freely and trust that by doing so, you are aligning yourself with the universal flow of abundance. As you practice this giving, observe how it shifts your energy and perspective. Notice the opportunities that begin to arise, the connections that form, and the unexpected blessings that flow into your life. Trust in the process, knowing that as you give, so shall you receive, often in ways far greater than you could have imagined. Chapter 19. The Art of Detachment and Surrender. Picture a man, his hand tightly clasped around a small, vibrant bird. In his desire to possess its beauty, he grips it ever tighter, fearing its escape. Yet, as he does so, the bird's song fades, its wings droop, and its spirit dims. It is only when he loosens his grasp, opening his palm to the sky, that the bird begins to sing once more. To his amazement, instead of flying away, it perches contentedly on his open hand, free yet choosing to stay. This story illuminates the paradox of detachment. In your quest for fulfillment and manifestation, you may find yourself clinging tightly to specific outcomes, believing that control is the path to success. But what if, by loosening your grip on life, you allow it to unfold in ways far more beautiful than you could have imagined? The universe, in its infinite wisdom, operates on principles that may seem counterintuitive to the untrained eye. Attachment to outcomes creates tension, a resistance that blocks the natural flow of energy. It is like trying to force a river to flow uphill, exhausting and ultimately futile. But when you surrender, when you trust in the greater plan, you align yourself with the cosmic currents that carry you effortlessly toward your destiny. Consider now the tale of the sailor caught in a tempest. As the waves rise and the wind howls, his instinct is to drop anchor, to fight against the storm with all his might. Yet, a wise old sea captain advises him differently. "Release your anchor," he says, "and let your boat dance with the waves." The sailor, though frightened, heeds this counsel. To his astonishment, by allowing his vessel to move with the storm rather than against it, he navigates the tumultuous waters with far greater ease and emerges unscathed on the other side. This is the essence of surrender. It is not an act of defeat, but one of profound trust and alignment. When you release your tight hold on how things should be, you create space for the universe to work its magic in ways you may never have conceived. Now I invite you to put this wisdom into practice. Take a moment to reflect on a goal or desire you've been holding on to with fierce determination. Perhaps it's a career aspiration, a relationship you wish to manifest, or a personal transformation you're striving for. Write this desire down on a piece of paper, pouring into it all the emotion and attachment you've been carrying. Once you've done this, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Visualize yourself holding this paper, this representation of your desire, in your hands. Now, in your mind's eye, perform a ritual of release. You might imagine yourself folding the paper into a boat and setting it afloat on a gentle stream, or transforming it into a lantern that rises into the night sky. As you do this, say to yourself, "I release this desire to the universe, trusting that it will manifest in the perfect way and at the perfect time. I am open to receiving this or something even better for my highest good." Feel the lightness that comes with this release. Know that by surrendering your attachment, you're not giving up on your dream. You're allowing it the freedom to materialize in ways far grander than you might have imagined. Chapter 20. Living with Gratitude and Appreciation. This is a story about a fatigued wanderer who has become disoriented among the boundless dunes of a sprawling desert. The sun beats down mercilessly, and hope seems as scarce as water in this barren landscape. Yet in this moment of despair, the traveler's eyes alight upon a small stream, barely more than a trickle. Instead of lamenting his dire circumstances, he chooses gratitude. With each sip of the life-giving water, he offers thanks to the universe for this small mercy. As you witness this scene, you begin to understand the profound power of appreciation. For as the traveler's heart swells with genuine gratitude, something miraculous occurs. The stream begins to grow, nourishing the parched earth around it. Trees sprout from the once lifeless sand, their leaves offering blessed shade. Before long, an entire oasis blossoms where once there was only desolation. This tale illuminates a fundamental truth of the universe. Gratitude is the seed from which abundance grows. When you cultivate a spirit of thankfulness, you align yourself with the very frequency of prosperity and joy. Like a magnet, your grateful heart draws forth more reasons to be thankful. Consider now the craftsman in his humble workshop. Each tool, no matter how worn or simple, receives his heartfelt appreciation. As he works, his gratitude infuses every action. The wood seems to bend more willingly to his touch. The metal gleams brighter under his care. Through this alchemical process of appreciation, a masterpiece takes form, a creation far greater than the sum of its parts. In this tale, you see that gratitude is not merely a passive emotion, but a creative force. By appreciating what is already present in your life, you open channels for even greater blessings to flow. The craftsman's story teaches that when you honor the tools at your disposal, be they talents, relationships, or material resources, you unlock their fullest potential. Remember, the vibration of gratitude resonates at the same frequency as abundance, love, and joy. When you live in a state of appreciation, you naturally attract more experiences that match this high vibration. It is as if you're tuning your personal radio to the station of prosperity, and the universe cannot help but respond in kind. To harness this transformative power in your own life, I invite you to begin a daily practice of gratitude. Each morning, as the world awakens to a new day, take a few moments to connect with the feeling of appreciation. In a journal dedicated to this purpose, write down 3 specific things for which you are truly grateful. As you put pen to paper, don't simply list items mechanically. Instead, immerse yourself in the genuine feeling of thankfulness. Perhaps you're grateful for the warmth of sunlight on your skin, for the love of a dear friend, or for the challenges that have shaped you into who you are today. Whatever you choose, let your heart swell with sincere appreciation. This simple yet powerful practice will gradually shift your vibrational state, aligning you more closely with the abundance that is your birthright. Like the traveler in the desert, you may find that by appreciating the small stream of blessings in your life, you call forth an entire oasis of prosperity and joy. Chapter 21. Expanding Your Vision. In the records of history, there lies a story of a monarch who rose to immense riches and knowledge. This sovereign, once driven by the pursuit of personal gain, found himself atop a mountain of gold, surrounded by the finest luxuries the world had to offer. Yet, as you will come to understand, true fulfillment eluded him. One day, as he gazed upon his vast kingdom from his opulent palace, a realization dawned upon him like the first rays of morning sun. The joy he sought did not reside in the treasures he had amassed, but in the act of sharing his abundance with others. In that moment of clarity, the king's heart opened to a greater purpose. You see, this tale illuminates a profound truth. The power of manifestation extends far beyond the confines of the self. As you have journeyed through the pages of this sacred text, you have learned to harness the law of attraction for your own growth and prosperity. Now, you stand at the threshold of an even greater awakening. Consider the vibration of your thoughts and intentions as ripples in a vast cosmic ocean. When you focus solely on personal desires, these ripples remain small, confined to the shores of your individual experience. But when you expand your vision to encompass the well-being of others, those ripples become waves, capable of transforming entire coastlines. Imagine now a humble village nestled in a valley, where scarcity once held sway. The villagers, each struggling with their own limited resources, lived in a state of lack and separation. But as you witness this scene, a remarkable transformation unfolds. One by one, the villagers begin to share what little they have. A loaf of bread here, a helping hand there. As if by magic, their collective abundance grows. Fields that were once barren begin to yield bountiful harvests. Homes that were crumbling are rebuilt with shared labor and love. This narrative reveals a fundamental truth. When we come together in a spirit of generosity and shared purpose, we tap into a wellspring of abundance that far exceeds the sum of our individual parts. The law of attraction, when applied with a heart open to the greater good, becomes a force capable of uplifting entire communities. As you contemplate these teachings, understand that your power to manifest extends far beyond the boundaries of your personal life. You are a conduit for universal energy, capable of directing this flow not only towards your own growth but towards the healing and transformation of the world around you. To integrate this wisdom into your journey, I invite you to embark on a sacred practice. Set an intention to manifest something that will benefit not only yourself, but also your community. Perhaps it is a project that will bring beauty to a shared space or an initiative that will support those in need. Whatever form it takes, let your intention be infused with love for the greater good. Then, take one small action, no matter how humble it may seem, towards making a difference in the lives of others. Remember, it is through these seemingly insignificant acts that great change begins to ripple outward. As you engage in this practice, you will discover that by expanding your vision beyond personal gain, you open yourself to a deeper, more fulfilling form of abundance. For in the act of uplifting others, you too are elevated, and the joy you seek becomes a natural outpouring of your aligned purpose. Chapter 22. The Role of Synchronicity in Mastering the Game. As you embark upon this chapter, envision a weary traveler, lost in a vast and unfamiliar land. This wanderer seeks a treasure beyond measure, yet the path to this coveted prize remains shrouded in mystery. Watch closely as the traveler's journey unfolds. A bird takes flight, its wings catching the golden light of dawn. Without knowing why, the traveler follows its path. Soon after, a stranger appears as if from nowhere, offering cryptic advice that resonates deep within the traveler's heart. As the day progresses, dark clouds gather, and a sudden storm forces the traveler to seek shelter in a hidden cave. These events, seemingly random, are in fact the very keys that unlock the traveler's destiny. For within that cave, protected from the tempest outside, lies the treasure that was sought all along. This tale illuminates a profound truth. The universe speaks to you through the language of synchronicity. These meaningful coincidences are not mere chance, but divine signposts guiding you towards your highest path. Consider now the story of a young scholar, burning with questions that conventional wisdom could not answer. As if guided by an unseen hand, this seeker is led to a dusty tome in a forgotten corner of a library. Within its pages lie the very answers sought. Soon after, a chance encounter with a wise elder provides mentorship beyond the scholar's wildest dreams. And just when the time is right, an opportunity presents itself, as if conjured from the ether, allowing the scholar to put newfound wisdom into practice. These synchronicities, these seemingly random events that align with perfect timing, are the universe's way of communicating with you. They are whispers from the cosmos, nudging you gently, or sometimes not so gently, in the direction of your truest path. As you navigate the intricate game of life, remain alert to these signs. They may come in the form of a book falling open to just the right page, a chance meeting with a person who changes everything, or an unexpected detour that leads to your heart's desire. These are not coincidences, but rather confirmations that you are in harmony with the universal flow. To attune yourself to this cosmic dialogue, I invite you to engage in a sacred practice. For one full day, from the moment you rise until you retire for the night, observe your world with heightened awareness, Notice the small coincidences, the unexpected alignments, the subtle nudges that seem to guide your path. Perhaps a friend mentions a book title just as you were thinking of it. Maybe you encounter the same symbol 3 times in a day. Or perhaps a missed bus leads to a life-changing conversation with a stranger. Record these synchronicities in a journal, no matter how insignificant they may seem. As you engage in this practice, trust that each synchronicity is a message from the universe, leading you in the right direction. By acknowledging these signs, you open yourself to the guidance of the cosmos, allowing it to illuminate your path and draw you ever closer to your highest destiny. Chapter 23. Rewriting the Cosmic Rules of Your Game. This story is about a game master who has overseen a detailed and elaborate game for a long time. For years, he has enforced rules passed down through generations, believing them to be immutable laws of the universe. But on this fateful day, as he surveys the playing field of life, a startling realization dawns upon him. The rules he has so diligently upheld were not cosmic decrees, but mere constructs created by others before him. In that moment of clarity, he grasps a truth that will forever alter his perception. He possesses the power to craft his own rules. This parable mirrors your own journey, for you too have been playing by rules written by others, society, family, past experiences. But now, you stand on the precipice of a grand awakening. You are not merely a player in this game of life, but a creator with the ability to reshape its very foundations. The core of this teaching lies in understanding that the limitations you perceive in your life are self-imposed. They are but shadows cast by beliefs you have accepted as truth. Yet, as you shift these beliefs, as you dare to question and rewrite the rules that govern your reality, you unlock the potential to manifest entirely new experiences. Consider now the tale of a weaver, bound by tradition to create only the patterns passed down through generations. Her hands move mechanically, reproducing the same designs day after day. But one morning she pauses, her fingers hovering over the loom. A spark of inspiration ignites within her, and she begins to weave new patterns, ones that spring from her own imagination. As her unique designs take shape, vibrant and alive with her personal vision, she realizes that she has broken free from the constraints of the old ways. Her tapestry becomes a testament to the power of creative self-expression. Like this weaver, you too can break free from the patterns that have defined your life. You are the author of your own story, the creator of your own reality. The rules that have governed your existence until now are not set in stone. They are malleable, waiting for you to reshape them according to your highest aspirations. Now I invite you to engage in a transformative practice. Reflect deeply on one limiting belief you have held about life. Perhaps it's the notion that success is only for the fortunate few, or that your dreams are beyond your reach. Take this belief and, with the power of your awakened consciousness, rewrite it as a new, empowering truth. For the next 30 days, live according to this new rule you have created for yourself. Let it guide your thoughts, your actions, and your interactions with the world. Observe how this shift in your inner landscape begins to manifest changes in your outer reality. Remember, you are the game master of your life. The power to rewrite the rules lies within you. Embrace this truth and watch as new possibilities unfold before you. Chapter 24. The game continues. As you turn the final pages of this book, you stand at the threshold of a new beginning. Let me share with you a tale of wisdom that echoes through the ages. There once lived an elder, revered by all for his mastery of life's intricate game. For decades he had honed his skills, navigating the twists and turns of existence with grace and wisdom. Yet as he approached his twilight years, a profound realization dawned upon him. The game of life never truly ends. Each dawn brought with it fresh challenges, new lessons to be learned, and opportunities to play at even higher levels. The elder understood that true mastery was not a final destination, but an ever-unfolding journey. This parable holds the key to your continued growth and evolution. As you have journeyed through these pages, you have uncovered the hidden rules of life's game, learned to harness the power of your thoughts, and discovered the art of manifestation. But your journey does not end here. It merely transforms. The universal laws you have studied are not static principles to be mastered once and forgotten. They are living, breathing truths that deepen and expand as you continue to engage with them. Each day offers you a chance to apply these teachings in new ways, to refine your understanding, and to elevate your consciousness. Consider now the tale of a traveler who, after an arduous climb, finally reaches the summit of a great mountain. As he stands atop the peak, catching his breath and marveling at the view, his eyes are drawn to the horizon. There, stretching as far as he can see, are countless more mountains, each promising new vistas and challenges. In that moment, the traveler realizes that his journey has not ended. It has only begun. Each peak conquered reveals new heights to scale, new territories to explore. So too is it with your spiritual journey and mastery of life's game. As you close this book, know that you are not finishing a journey, but embarking on a lifelong adventure of growth and discovery. Each lesson you have learned here is a stepping stone to higher understanding. Each practice you have engaged in is a foundation for deeper mastery. Embrace this ongoing journey with joy and enthusiasm. Know that each challenge you face is an opportunity to apply your newfound wisdom in new and exciting ways. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small, for it is a sign of your growing mastery. And now I invite you to engage in one final practice. Set one new intention for your personal growth and spiritual mastery. This intention should reflect your commitment to continue playing the game of life with joy, purpose, and an open heart. Write it down, speak it aloud, and hold it in your heart as you step forward into the next phase of your journey. Remember, the game of life is infinite in its possibilities. As you continue to play, to learn, and to grow, you will uncover new levels of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. The path of mastery is endless, and therein lies its greatest beauty. Go forth now, empowered and enlightened, ready to embrace each new day as an opportunity to play the game of life at an even higher level. Conclusion. Your journey through these chapters has been one of profound discovery and transformation. You have unlocked the ancient wisdom that has been passed down through generations, and now you hold the keys to mastering life's sacred game. Reflect for a moment on how far you have come. When you first opened this book, you may have felt lost, struggling to understand the rules that govern your existence. Now, you stand empowered with the knowledge of universal laws and the ability to shape your reality through your thoughts, beliefs, and intentions. You have learned that you are both player and creator in this grand game of life. You have discovered the power of your mind to manifest your desires, and the importance of aligning with the flow of the universe. You have faced your fears, transformed limiting beliefs, and embraced the abundance that is your birthright. Remember that this wisdom is not meant to be kept locked away, but to be lived and experienced each day. The universe is always listening, always responding to your inner world. As you step forward from this moment, know that every thought you think, every belief you hold, and every intention you set is shaping your reality. but do not be discouraged if you stumble along the way. Mastery is not about perfection. It is about continuous growth and evolution. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to apply these teachings in new ways to deepen your understanding and to play the game at an even higher level. As you move forward, remember that your journey of mastery is ongoing. Each day brings new opportunities to refine your skills, to expand your consciousness, and to align more fully with the universal forces that shape our world. Embrace this journey with an open heart and a curious mind, knowing that there is always more to learn, more to discover, and more to become. You are no longer merely a player in life's game. You are a master in the making. Go forth with confidence, with love, and with the unwavering belief in your power to create a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.